The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
WZWA Sports. It's in the game.
Cool, boys and girls and everyone else. You're here with your boy Hogsley. And I just want to give my immediate reacts to the bronze medal match from the FIBA World Cup. USA versus Canada. Woo, man. First of all, let's start. What a great day for Canada and therefore the world. Geez, I mean, we've got back-to-back FIBA World Cup tournaments now where USA hasn't medaled, man. This is just some wild, wild stuff. This is wild. I mean, look, I know there's a bunch of my US brothers out there, and they're saying, this isn't the best squad. We had Jaren Jackson Jr. and I think Paolo Banchero weren't playing. But you can't argue. This is now an international sport, basketball. It's worldwide, everyone. Their game just keeps getting better and better and better everywhere. There are so many strong countries in international play right now. I mean, the USA didn't even make it to the gold medal match. I mean, this is huge stuff, okay? This is huge, and I'm all for it, okay? Because I fucking love the sport of basketball, and this is so good for the sport of basketball. It's a shame our Australian team didn't do better, but fuck, we're young, right? We'll get better. I think come Olympics, with a bit of experience under our belt, hopefully Jock Landale plays, we should get further in the group stages. But look, I'm digressing. I really want to talk about this game. It's only going to be a short one. I've got no bloody notes. I'm already swearing. I've had a couple beers, but let's get right into it, eh? Because what a game that was. That was absolutely some thrilling stuff. I mean, watching the first quarter where Canada got out to, I think it was a 13-point lead. I was like, man, have the USA just given up on us? Have they really just thought, you know what, we didn't get gold, so our heart's not in it? But that wasn't the case, because they came back. Every time you felt like Canada was creating this lead, USA would go on a 10-0 run out of nowhere. On, like, Anthony Edwards and Austin Reeves were just, every time they needed a bucket, it just seemed like they were just swishing in these three-pointers. I mean, Anthony Edwards is going to be special one day in the NBA. And Austin Reeves for the Lakers is an amazing, amazing talent. If you follow the NBA, the Lakers are so fucking lucky to have him, right? He's their third star. I think he's undrafted. Anyway. So they just kept going on these runs not out of nowhere, but you know what I mean? And they kept getting the lead back. And then Canada would slowly create this lead, bring it back up to maybe 9, and then all of a sudden it'd be another 10-0 run by USA. They were not giving up. They obviously had some dog in them. They obviously did have some fight in them. But what they didn't have in them, and this is what's plagued them all bloody tournament, is any sort of defensive identity. I mean, in the game that he lost in the semifinals to Germany, that was just a shit show, everyone. I mean, my God. They've got the defensive player of the year in the NBA on their team in Jaren Jackson Jr. And he did nothing really in that Germany game. Sorry, there's a bloody fly in there. And he get like 2 rebounds. That doesn't fly here, in international sport, in FIBA rules, okay? Like, they just kept getting killed on the glass time and time again. I haven't seen the stats for this one. They did rebound better, but they just didn't defend better. They just kept trying to outscore teams throughout this entire tournament. And that may work when you're facing some of the weaker teams. But like I said, this is an international game now. There are so many strong countries out there. And USA can't just coast anymore, okay? They can't be fielding Anthony Edwards as their best player when the country's got talent like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Okay, I mean, listen, come the Olympics, man, they're going to be sending out the Avengers, right? Because it's going to be the Redeem Team Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. They ain't going to let this shit fly, and I'm so excited to see that. Not only because that's going to be an amazing squad for USA, but because I also don't actually think that they're just going to blitz the competition like United States normally do. I mean, later on tonight, I've got Serbia versus Germany, which I'm so excited to watch. I mean, Serbia's in the gold medal match without Nikola Jokic, who is the best basketball player in the world, without a question. Okay, Embiid won the MVP regular season award. You can't argue with the fact that Jokic is the best player in the world. He's a Serbian. He's not even playing in this, and Serbia's in the gold medal match. Can you imagine if they added Jokic to that team? I mean, look, and you got Giannis playing for Greece. You've obviously got, hopefully, Australia do a bit better. Germany's obviously in the gold medal match. So it's not a guarantee anymore. So there's no guarantee that they'd win gold at the Olympics with a full squad. So look, that's really exciting stuff. So let's crack into the game. I know I'm just babbling on. I'm just hyped. I'm just excited. So look, I touched on the fact that they were just inching out leads, then giving up the runs. The game just sort of played out like that. I think Canada just sort of dominated the first quarter, lost the second, dominated the third, and basically lost the fourth. But what I really need to talk about, look, this is the only thing that really matters in this game. What it really comes down to is that final play in the fourth quarter, because that was, oh, look, I haven't seen a lot of World Cup basketball. I mean, it's once every 4 years. I'm hopefully still a young boy at 30. But far out, goddamn, that was absolutely insane, everyone. Hopefully you've all seen it. If you haven't seen it, go check the highlights for this, because I was out of my chair, just speechless, absolutely speechless. You had Canada up by 4 points with like seconds remaining. You think, oh my God, they've actually done it. They've knocked off the USA. They've made sure that they don't medal in this tournament. This is huge. What a big upset. And then Mikal Bridges gets fouled. I can't remember who fouls him. But you think, you know what? You're up by 4 points. You're only giving up 2. That's fine. Let him make the 2. Get the ball. Get possession again. You should keep this lead. There is literally like 2 seconds left. But then, despite all odds, Mikal Bridges does the unthinkable, the impossible. He makes the first one, which you need to do, but then the only strategy you possibly have is to purposely miss the second one. And anyone who's watched NBA basketball, people trying to pull off this play, it is a lot harder than you could possibly imagine. It is easier to make it than it is easier to miss on purpose when it comes to a free throw. Okay? So many people try to do this and they accidentally make it. Or they miss too wild that doesn't count as a shot and it's a turnover. But this is a perfectly placed miss. It rims off the front of the rim. No one boxes out Mikal Bridges. He runs and collects his own missed free throw. He sprints to the three-point line without even looking at the basket. He jumps, he turns like a 180 no-scope and switches over 3 to tie the game with 0.6 seconds left. Oh my God, I could not believe it. I don't think anyone in the stadium could believe that. It has to be, if not the greatest World Cup play of all time. I got to be up there. I haven't seen enough. Oh, so Canada can't make a shot with the time remaining. It goes to overtime. And you think after a moment like that, USA has got all the momentum in the world and Canada would just have to be deflated, because you would be. You had that game. That game was yours. All you had to do was box out the free throw shooter. And you would have won there and then, but goes to overtime. This becomes the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander show, the Dylan Brooks show, the RJ Barrett show, and they end up winning by 9 points. I mean, look, I'm so glad that Canada still ended up winning, because like I said, they would have been so deflated. And like even just reliving it is just insane. Absolutely insane. Like I play rec league basketball, right? I'm always like, box out the shooter, box out the shooter. We're a bunch of like overweight men in our 30s, you know. The highest scores we get are maybe 30 points a game. I mean, even then, I know to box out the free throw shooter. Fuck. Oh, just so good. So good. And look, that's all I can really talk about the game. But obviously, let's talk about the players because they were incredible performances here tonight by the Canadian boys. I mean, Dylan Brooks, this has to be the best game of his career. NBA, international, high school, right? Playing in the backyard with his dad. Doesn't matter. This is the best I've ever seen Dylan Brooks look. He was 5 of 5 from 3-pointers with 21 points before halftime. In a game that's not really high scoring per play, you know, you got 10-minute quarters. I think he ended up getting close to 40 points. Had some clutch rebounds, was playing great defense. I think it was 50% from 2. I think his true shooting must have been somewhere in like 70% on almost 40 points. It's absolutely incredible. Just so clutch, put the team on his back when they needed him the most. I mean, if you're a Rockets fan, you've got to be absolutely thrilled. I mean, Grizzlies were like, we don't want this guy back under any circumstance. And now I think it's the Rockets have picked him up, man. God, after seeing his performance in the FIBA World Cup, you've got to be excited for what Brooks can offer your team. And then you've got SGA. I mean, oh boy, he's going to be special. He is already special. But he is a future MVP candidate. He's a perennial MVP candidate going forward. He's already was 5th last year. But the game looks so easy to him. He makes it look so easy. They needed I think it was a 2-pointer, like in the 4th quarter when they were tied. USA had just gone on a bit of a run and they needed a bucket desperately. He's got it out of the 3-point line. He dribbles in, sort of just stops on a dime and pulls up for a 2-pointer. Against Mikal Bridges, whose wingspan is like, what, 15 feet? Exaggerating a little bit, but it might as well be. That dude's got long-ass arms. And he was so close to getting the block. This was, like, if this was NBA, this would be 100% contested. And he still just makes this absolutely clutch 2-point shot. The dude's special. The way he moves, it's like his strides are so long. This herky-jerky movement to him. He just weaves in and out of players. He just sidesteps. And it's hard to describe unless you've watched him play. But the way he moves in the court just looks... He just looks... makes it look easy. Okay? That's the only way to describe it. I will try to do that and I'll trip up on my own feet and land on my face. All right? And he just effortlessly moves in there. He flows like water. So he finishes with like 33 points and 11 assists, a double-double for him. You had RJ Barrett just sinking clutch 3-pointers, putting up, I think, 20-odd points, you know. If you're a Knicks fan, you've got to be happy for what he's showing you now. He's really starting to live up to his potential, coming out of the 3rd pick in the draft. And then Kelly Olynyk. I mean, I'm a Celtics fan. I am so happy for Kelly, okay? He is such an underrated player. A great playmaker, a great stretch big, does the dirty work, just so underappreciated. But look, that's all I'm going to say. I said I'd keep it quick. I'm probably going to babble on for too much. If you haven't seen this game, go watch the highlights. That 4th quarter was absolutely insane, well worth your time. And I'm so happy for Canada. I'm so happy for basketball as a whole, as a sport, where it's going, how good it's getting internationally. The game's only going to get stronger and better from here. So this has been your boy, Hogsley. I hope you've enjoyed my immediate reacts to the game. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, and I will see you down the road.
Network, that's the way we play. Good God Almighty. Network, that's the way we play. Get puppies. Network, that's the way we play. Get.
The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.